All right, so just a quick little space weather supplemental video here. We have advanced a coronal mass ejection warning from a coronal mass ejection watch. Here's why. Well, we've got a bunch of filaments that just recently formed. This one right here, we're calling it filament Cerberus. And this filament just spontaneously formed very quickly. And it looks like we can definitely see some evidence of some filaments ejecting. So it looks like there's an event happening around the equator, which is the worst part to watch because of the contrast. Let's take a look at it on the SDO imagery instead of the GOES 16 solar ultraviolet imager. So here it is on the Solar Dynamics Observatory imager. There's a little bit better contrast on this than there is on the GOES 16. And so it looks like some activity coming out of this sunspot here. And possibly this one here also. So there are a bunch of filaments here, and that's why we have advanced our coronal mass ejection watch to a coronal mass ejection warning. A little more on that. Here is the stereo A coronagraph. And you can see a little bit of ejecta just making its way from out here behind the obscurement disk. It looks like it is around the equatorial region there, but sometimes it's very hard to tell as plasma has a tendency to do all kinds of funky things as it exits the solar corona. We can certainly see some ejecta starting to happen here. Here's the LASCO C2. Now, for you new viewers out there, the stereo A coronagraph is located a few weeks behind the Earth, orbitally speaking, which puts the Earth out in this direction. And this is the best instrument that we have. By the way, when we forecast coronal mass ejections, we're only forecasting them for this area, around the poles and to the Earth side of the sun. We don't forecast them out here. We only forecast them over here. Because while we could forecast them on the opposite side, it's not so relevant. There's too many other things to do. Now, from Lagrange point 1, we've got the SOHO spacecraft. So this coronal mass ejection preliminary indications are that it will miss Earth to the west, as we do see some ejecta emerging here also. But this event is ongoing, so we'll be looking at this again later today, perhaps making another video depending on how it propagates. So once again, here's the SDO imagery, which is probably the best. We'll do a recap of the GOES 16 SUVI also. And we might stream that later on Twitch also if you haven't checked us out on Twitch. We like to live stream there. It's twitch.tv/smAsho. Don't be a stranger. We'll see you soon here at the Smash News Network, least busted name in news. Thanks for tuning in to this Daily Space Weather Supplemental. Don't forget to press like, subscribe, tell your friends, foes, science noobs, and science pros about the channel. And may that solar wind be at your back.